Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm. Hey, how you doing today? Hydro, it's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Good to have you with us today. Alright, we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard, here, getting ready to start up the Morrowind. It's just me, Goofy. I know. But it really is time to get started. So I'm just doing my usual intro. So we're getting ready to talk to Rhea here to get things kicked off. Go ahead and get started. Rhea.
Right on time. I'm joking, of course. Honestly, I feared you wouldn't come. Divination and prophecy yield few certainties. Still, this vision was clearer than most. You and I, this room, the scent of ale and wood smoke. Yes, this was meant to be.
You can see the future?
I'm afraid it's not as easy as that. I see a tangle of futures, a swirling mass of action and consequence. Every now and again, though, a specific moment strikes like a thunderbolt. Moments like this. Some dark entity stalks the oracles of Azura.
Oracles of Azura?
Yes, servants of the Twilight Queen. My friends and I decipher visions of the future for other votaries of Azura. Unfortunately, something is abducting us one by one. Bring this crystal to Pariah Abbey.
Hey Joe, welcome to the stream.
We'll tell you the rest.
We're just kicking off the quest. Very well, I'll seek out Azura.
I do hope you'll hurry to Pariah Abbey. I see the other oracles, my friends, languishing in chains. A prison that hurtles through space and time, filled with daedra and choking steam. Oh, gives me vertigo just thinking about it.
How often do you see this tangle of futures?
All the time. Makes dinner dates interesting, I can tell you. One moment we're speaking about the consistency of the soup. The next, I'm fumbling with my spoon, rambling about talking candlesticks and trees made of blood.
How'd that go over with your dinner companions?
Ha! Haven't you a cheek? If you must know, it goes poorly. As I'm sure you can guess, the gentlemen rarely call on me a second time.
How did you gain this power? Did Azura give it to you?
I'm not sure. My parents thought me mad. Abandoned me on the streets of Wayrest at the tender age of 8. Mercifully, the abbot of Pariah Abbey discovered my gifts and introduced me to the Twilight Queen. I achieved clarity. I have Azura to thank.
You said other oracles were abducted?
2. Khanzin and Musha, both powerful soothsayers in their own right. Khanzin vanished a week ago, pruning his sugar canes. His fellow votaries told me that he showed no signs of distress. He simply walked out into the field and never came back.
And Musha?
Musha, an Argonian, disappeared just 2 days ago. He tends Azura's shrine in Blackmarsh. It's a quiet affair with a simple shrine and very few acolytes. He went out to light votary candles near the shrine and never returned.
Are you certain they were abducted?
Beyond certain. I heard their cries. Still hear them, in fact. These abductions stink of Daedric plotting. Rival princes conspire against my lady constantly. One of them seeks to blind her by snatching up her oracles. Perhaps more than one.
How do you know Azura will speak to me?
Because you're anointed by fate, or something close to fate. I stopped arguing the specifics years ago. The Queen of Dawn and Dusk needs your help. Trust me, Azura's desires are hard to miss. She is insistent. She'll speak to you, believe me.
Yeah, that's the part I'm worried about. You can't trust a Daedric prince. Okay, why is that not set to my main quest? Come on, there we go.
Did you hear that the Great Shackle was destroyed?
That was me.
You want
All
to
right.
make some gold, Walker?
Not really interested right now, to be honest. I'm trying to find the way shrine. Oh, there it is. Welcome to Wayrest, capital of High Rock. Alright. How close can I get to... I can't even get close to Pariah Alley. I'm going to have to ride all the way up there. Oh, that's going to suck. This is so different than doing it on my vampire who had already completely finished the zone and just had to... Are you riding a chicken? No, it's an Indrik. It's a cervine. It's like a deer, but different. I do have a chicken, though. That's Hey Hey. And I have no idea where I am. Is that a gate that leads out of the city? Yeah, somebody else in this stream named it Hey Hey a couple weeks ago, so it was just called the Demonic Chicken. Yeah, it was just called the Demonic Chicken until recently, and then somebody else in the stream started calling it Hey Hey, so I decided to go ahead and name it Hey Hey. That's the guard tower. I need to find a way out of Wayrest. There it is. Ah, come on. I hate when that happens. Heading north to Pariah... Oh, northwest to Pariah Alley. Kitty, meow, meow, meow. It's a kitty that serves Azura. It's a Daedra kitty. Your duskiness and your dawniness.
Rejoice, mortal. You stand in the presence of beauty and terror, between pale light and long shadows. I am Azura, Queen of Dawn and Dusk. I have a task for you.
Rhea told me that the Daedric forces abducted your oracles.
She speaks the truth. The halls of oblivion fill with whispers. Collusion, conspiracy. I believe some of my fellow princes seek to blind me. They know how much I treasure my servants. They would steal what I hold most dear.
Chat. Is that Sam posting that, Hydra? Can't you just rescue them yourself?
I cannot. The prince's compact.
No? Okay.
binds my hands. You must be the vessel of my wrath. I sense my oracles, adrift in the void, imprisoned in pockets of oblivion, hidden dimensions, only accessible through Nirn. You will rescue them.
I mean, that's a fair point. I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan, to be honest. The game kind of gets a little bit grindy for me. I prefer playing this, to be honest. But no, it wouldn't be the first time Sam took over your chat and was chatting for you without you realizing it. So that's why I thought I would ask. How can I open these pockets of oblivion?
My enemy servants likely use void keys, powerful charms capable of tearing small holes in the veil of oblivion. They require Daedric essence to Daedra you find and claim their essence. A charged void key will open any pocket.
How do I collect Daedric essence?
Daedra cannot be killed, only banished. When you strike a mortal blow, their essence returns to oblivion. The crystal Rhea gave you captures that essence before
Belt.
it escapes. A prison of sorts. Defeat any Daedra, and the crystal will do the rest.
Can you tell me more about this compact with Sotha Seal?
Long ago, my vulgar peer, Molag Bal, manifested himself in the town of Gilvardel and destroyed it utterly. In response, the Dark
Also, you're right, it is Sam. I thought so.
gathered 8 of the most powerful princes to a summit in Cold Harbor.
I thought so. Bethesda sucks. Yes. This. Okay, so what was the purpose of the summit?
The Tribune persuaded us, through a private bargain, to cease meddling in mortal affairs directly. An amusing request from someone who fancies himself a god. Now, we exert our will through intermediaries. In truth, I prefer it this way.
What about the other Daedric princes? Aren't there more than 8?
Many more. But the princes bound by the Cold Harbor Compact stand above their lesser kith. None can match my beauty, or Molag Bal's horrors. Dagon makes an art of destruction. On it goes. Of course, outward weakness often shrouds hidden power.
If you're so powerful, how did Sotha Seal convince you to join the compact?
Such matters are better left undiscussed. Perhaps
Money.
you can ask Sotha Seal about it. If you can find him, of course.
How will I find your oracles?
While you hunt Daedra and gather their essence, my ward Rhea will conjure up visions.
Visions?
Yes, of her friend's suffering. Such visions might grant her a glimpse of where the other oracles are hidden. There will be pain, undoubtedly, but she possesses a rare and terrible gift. True insight requires sacrifice.
Very well. I know exactly where I want to go to get the Daedric essence because, let's be honest, killing 20 Daedra anywhere, there's only one place to go for really for that. We're going to Cold Harbor, boys. Bethesda needs a daddy's belt. So I'm confused. Is daddy's belt a whip or a club? I feel sorry for whoever just joined the stream right as I was saying that. I do apologize. Cold Harbor right here. To the Library of Dusk. Okay, but does it not count as a weapon type? Like, does it not count as like a whip or a club, or is it just like its own thing? I don't really understand where you're going with this. Aha, Daedra, right there. Oh, okay, so you're just saying they need to be punished. So. Alright, that's 3 of 20. Four of 20. Wait, what? That didn't count as killing a Daedra? You know, the worst thing about Daedra is that they never truly die. They just keep coming back again, so... Doesn't matter how annoying they are, you can't destroy them. Not completely. Temporarily, yes. But... Molag Bal has been slashed in half. He's not rewarding anybody right now. Yeah, I tried doing this back on Nirn, but it's really hard to find a big pocket of Daedra. So it's the best just to come to Cold Harbor where the Daedra are literally everywhere and just grind up the 20 that you need for the quest. Woohoo! A random Nuzlocke on yellow? How's that going? You know, I should have put on my Daedra killing staff before I came here. Oh well. Ah, that sucks. Took out a mailbox, and then a fence, and a barn. The police came and called my father, but I met the farmer's daughter. Not okay, my starter was Caterpie. I named him Knees. He died to a ho-ho. Oh, God. And this was in yellow? Like, did they add a bunch of the later generation Pokemon to yellow, or...? Joe is actually Joe here on the stream is doing a random Fire Red Nuzlocke, so I'm sure he can relate. Well, not a Nuzlocke, random Fire Red regular playthrough, but yeah, but Yellow doesn't normally have Ho-Ho in it, so that's why I was asking if they had added a bunch of Not-Lock. Right? Sorry, Joe. So basically, a Not-Lock is like a Nuzlocke, but you there is no death rule, and yeah, so there's no death rule in. Oh dear, no, that's just a quest. We'll come back and do that later. So in a Not-Lock, you still catch only the first thing you see in each route or area, but there's no death clause, meaning that your Pokemon don't die when they faint.
Azura's champion returns. I saw you in my visions. You stood atop a mound of corpses, destroying Daedra by the hundreds. It was cathartic. That sounds horrible. Let's just say it was a welcome distraction from what else I've seen.
Well, it could be like Red 723, Joe. There's a Pokemon Red hack that has all of the first 7 generation of Pokemon randomly in the game, but it could be like a yellow. It could be like a yellow version of like Red 723. because there is like there is actually a red hack out there where the game randomly adds 150 Pokemon from the 723 Pokemon, and it's in red graphics and everything like that. Did you find the missing oracles?
At long last, yes. I gazed through an ocean of screens, and, well, I won't frighten you with the particulars. Suffice it to say that I saw many terrible things, but I think I've located the other oracles.
Where should I start looking?
My first visions were of... Wait, what's that?
Rhea! No! Rhea! No! Alright, we gotta go rescue some people who've been captured. What do you do with the drunken Argonian? What do you do with the drunken Argonian? What do you do with the drunken Argonian? Early in the morning, throw him in the water of Black Marsh, throw him in the river of Black Marsh, throw him in the water of Black Marsh. Early in the morning, way up the flat hill. I didn't do that delve. Wow, I barely did anything in the Rift. I barely touched anything other than... Well, I did all the major locations. I didn't do most of the delves. I didn't get on the crafting stations. I didn't do the... Oh my goodness gracious. I did not realize how much I had left undone of the Rift. Are you saying my singing is so bad that I need Daddy's belt? Let's be honest, my father didn't use a belt on us. He used a wooden spoon. I can't believe it's not legendary. No, the Argonian. So the drunken Argonian needs Daddy's belt, okay. Are you anti-lizard? No, anti-Bethesda, okay. Tamriel needs a new emperor to lead it to a new era. Vote for a lizard 2021. I got the belt, the hand, and was threatened with a whip. Oh gracious. Well, my dad was a carpenter, so he made wooden spoons. So our form of punishment was a wooden spoon. So my mother had a pizza paddle. That she threatened us with. She never actually used it on us, but she threatened us with it. In fact, it's still sitting on the wall right next to the pantry. Like right as you're like walking into the pantry, it's still sitting on the wall there. To remind us whenever we come to visit. Really, guys, you think you can defeat the pupil of Abner Tharn, the mighty battle lizard himself? I need to get around to doing like the completion like of all the base zones in this game, but that's not going to come until we finish all the DLC. Once we're done with the DLC, and we're not having to proceed forward on the DLCs, we will come back and do the We'll come back and do all the base game content that I haven't done yet, but we're gonna finish all the DLCs first, and that includes like whatever, if we're up to date with the latest DLC pack, because I'm gonna keep up with that as well. Now, the exception to that rule is if there is a suggestion to complete a zone prior to the new DLC coming out, I will do that zone as a priority. Like, for example, Rivenspire was suggested to be done before you played Greymoor for obvious reasons. So we went out of our way to do that one, so.
You must reach my brother.
You look like one of the bandits. Why did they imprison you?
We are packed soldiers. We were sent here to clean out the bandits, but there's something strange going on here. Cult-like. This isn't your average patchwork band of thieves and murderers. They took my brother Nathan below. You must free him.
I will after I free you. That's fair. Branches, yeah. Out of curiosity, what is your view on? Well, then again, I would say that, but you've had extensive training in child care and raising. I don't think you're gonna have any issues when it comes to disciplining your children, because you've worked in child care for a long time at Kentucky School for the Blind.
You're not one of these cultists. Get me out of here.
Your brother sent me to free you.
Thank the gods he lives. We agreed that if we separated and neither one of us could reach the other, we'd try to get out on our own and meet at the Riften docks. When you get out of this pit, you should meet us there.
I will. Now, hold still and I'll untie you. Oh, I was going to ask what you were going to, I was going to ask what your views were on disciplining children, like on how child discipline should be handled, but I realized that, you know, with your extensive training in child care, you probably won't have any difficulties in that anyway, so I realized that was kind of a redundant question, because you probably similar to the training we had for camp when it came to, you know, when the children are misbehaving, so. Grounding, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, so. Timeout, yeah. Unfortunately, it's easier to discipline cats than it is to discipline people, because you can just put an overturned laundry basket over the cat. So, quiet contemplation. I don't recall ever quietly contemplating as a child. Yeet the cat. That's definitely Sam's response. Bonus points for hitting a truck with said cat. You're horrible sometimes, you know that? Every kid is different though. I may not have too much trouble, but it's different when you're a kid. Some kids treat their parents different. Yeah. Honestly, though, from what you've told me with Belle, I don't think she's gonna be too much trouble. I mean, unless she turned into a really rebellious teenager. That could be. She could be saving up all of her. She could be saving up all of her her rebellion for her teenage years. There we go.
Freedom at last. I don't know how much longer I could have survived. I saw such horrors, both waking and dreaming. Golden coins, the color of pitch. Nirn draped in cold silk. What could it mean? Meet me back at Pariah Abbey, friend. We must learn more.
Did I grab the Sky Shard already? Guys, did I grab the Sky Shard already? I don't remember if I did or not. Yeah, it would have been a blue crystal with a light glowing off of it. I don't think I did, but... I just wanted to go ahead and get this in dungeon cleared out while we're here, so that way I don't have to come back here again in the future. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I got the Sky Shard. We can get out of here. Sweetness. I think you're going to be fine. By the way, I absolutely loved the snow rabbit she made, or snowman. I guess it was, I don't know if it was supposed to be a snowman or if it was supposed to be a snow rabbit, but it definitely looked like a snow rabbit. It was very nice. I have no idea what that word is. Me either. We ride! If I can find my bearings. We ride for glory! Farewell! I almost died, but you know. It's a Kabunny, okay. Y'all must have got quite a bit of snow. We had just a little bit of snow on Christmas Day. I put some pictures up on Facebook, but we didn't get a whole bunch of snow. I think the other one is, yeah, Rescue Rhea. We ride for Daddy's belt. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you. Hey, I'm back. So my brother called me. He's going to stop and drop something off for me. So I'll be taking another break from the stream real quick when that happens. I'll let you guys know before it happens. But hey, welcome back, Hannah. How are you doing? That's good to hear. Yeah, at first Sam was trying to deny it was Sam, but it was obviously Sam. Oh, okay. Played hooky from work today. I can't blame you for that. Could still be Sam. I don't think it is. I think I can usually tell from their texting which one is the one in control. I don't think that's Sam. It could be Sam, but if it's Sam, he's putting in a lot of effort to appear like Hannah. A true troll would put in effort. You obviously don't know Nate from the shop. There's an easy way to test this. Hydra, what was the name of your tiefling in Tyranny of Dragons? Yes, we're still trying to save oracles. Yes, that is definitely Hydra. Because there is no way that Sam would remember that. I often wonder sometimes if Sam remembers the names of our characters in our Pathfinder game other than Thud. No, he definitely remembers Sora because Sora is always henpecking him, so. That's because I was told that I would be going to the stocks if he got in trouble again, so. He would have said Abby Tea Leaf, yeah, probably. But then again, you play a lot of tieflings too, so I mean, it's open pockets of oblivion.
You found my note. Thank the rose. And you, of course. I caught a glimpse of our enemies while I hurtled through oblivion. They lurk in a ruin deep within a swamp. The face of a lizard looms above them. When the others are safe, we should seek my lady's counsel. Hurry back to Pariah Abbey.
A lizard? Lizard? Who are you calling a lizard? Okay, I'm a lizard. I haven't even watched the original Croods movie, to be honest. I know that there's someone in our Discord that likes the movie, but I can't honestly remember who it was. I will get around to that after I finish watching the complete 8-film collection of Harry Potter. I just got the complete 8-film collection on DVD, or no, I'm sorry, not DVD, Blu-ray, and I am about to start watching that. I've never actually seen Harry Potter and Blu-ray before, so it should be interesting. I'm just worried that the older movies are going to look really terrible, because the TV versions of the TV version of Chamber of Secrets always looked awful. Like, because on ABC, because they played the version with all the extended stuff, and also it had the updated graphics, and it just, I remember it looking awful on ABC Family. Okay, and then the other one is Bankurai, which is not great. Want to come over for dinner? That's a good question. Let me see, because I think I have D&D tonight. I can't do that. Sorry, I got my D&D session tonight. I was trying to remember. I thought I had something. I was like, I do in fact have something. It's the I have D&D tonight. It's Rim of the Frost Maiden. But I'm thinking about making another casserole next week before. No, that was this week. Last week was supposed to be Pathfinder week. Today is. Yeah, it's over Discord. How am I supposed to? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's over Discord. The Worst, The Goblet of Fire, not for quality, but it's just my least favorite book and movie. Yeah, I actually enjoy the book more than the movie, honestly. What time? We can try to do it before. My session is at 5, and then it goes to 8. So I'd have to be home before 5 o'clock, and this stream will get done around 2. So we could feasibly do it. Well, actually, it'll probably be closer to 2:30 when the stream is done. I'm going to have to do this quest to get through the cave.
What's the point of hiring a guide if all he's going to do is abandon you at the first sign of difficulty? Not that you can possibly understand.
GOF introduced the hottest character in the series.
Question.
Oh, are you talking about Flora Delacour? Yeah, sorry. Yep. Flora Delacour. But no, what I was going to say was I was going to make I'm thinking about making another casserole next week before Pathfinder. So if you want, we could meet up before the Pathfinder session. If you guys, well, now I don't know what time you guys get off work anymore. But I can definitely make the casserole, and we can have casserole next week before Pathfinder, assuming Pathfinder actually happens. So why are you just sitting here?
Isn't it amazing how we all ask ourselves such questions? Really, it's all Ozzy at Oinok's fault. He's my guide, or he was. I have no way of knowing where he could be now. But I was here to tour the ruins. That is why you're here, isn't it?
What ruins? Your guide went missing in some ruins?
Giuliano's truth. Such ignorance is breathtaking. If you'll help me find out what has happened to Ozzy at Oinok, I will tell you all about the ruins. If he's dead, I would want to take back the wages I paid him, at the very least.
I'll help you find your guide. Sunken Road. Right. Eurus is out because of work. That's right. Fake beauty, yeah. To be fair, Flora's not a bad person. As much as Ginny and Hermione hate her because she's... because of her... her over French affections. They call her Flim. Oh god, the 6th Harry Potter book is my favorite in the series because Ginny is just so prevalent, and I really like Ginny as a character. And I really regret that she didn't get more screen time prior to the 6th book. Like, really, Ginny should have been... We should have seen a lot more of Ginny prior to the 6th book. Yeah, I mean, Flora's a really, I mean, after Harry saves her sister, she becomes really, she becomes a much better person. Yeah, Velas are, they're like demons, aren't they? Or devils or something like that. Excuse me. So they're Fae.
Can anyone hear me? Help me. Cut me down before the spiders return. Poisoned by spiders. Be careful. They are attracted to movement.
You were attacked by spiders?
As we entered this passage, I stopped for a moment, and Herminia's sophist continued on. Before I could turn around, a very large spider bit my leg, and I fell, unable to defend myself.
Didn't Hermetius Sophist come back to find you?
There is a reason he hired a guide. I've heard him call for me, but it seemed he walked in circles and came no closer.
Do you think you can walk?
I am tired, and my muscles ache, but I am otherwise in good health. Had you not come along, however, the tale would certainly be different.
Will you continue to work with Hermetius?
Yes, for my duty is to protect innocents from predation. A spider's poison wears off, but research and collection by the untrained can never be healed. I see Herminia's sophist walks with you. You will share my wage for doing my job. Herminia's sophist, what happened to you? You are in a terrible state.
Are you aware of the danger I was in?
But where is your pack? And where is Lieutenant?
So they're like sirens. Hello, Lucille.
Oh, popped in for a bit of respite as well, I see. If you'd like some provisions, I might be able to help you out while we're both resting in here.
Yeah. See, one of the things I like about Harry is that Harry's not really affected by Flora's charms, unlike Ron, who is. But the actual Vila, like the full Vila, that he was affected by them, but Flora didn't really have that effect on him when. Kind of surprised that Gabrielle didn't try to come back and try to hit on Harry, and Jetty and Gabrielle didn't get into a little sister fight. Little sister fight. Okay, so now we have a problem. This place is glitched. Harry prefer redheads, yes. Except for all the people that ship Harry and Hermione together, or the people that ship Harry and Draco together, and then he prefers blondes. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. He was more interested in Cho. Yeah, he was, until Cho and him just didn't really work out. And that's the thing, is like Cho was kind of more of like a crush. He didn't actually, like, the moment they actually started having any kind of relationship, it just didn't really work out. She wanted to talk more about Cedric than. And plus, he had no idea about how to have a relationship, so. Yeah, she was an emotional wreck. But also, to be fair, that whole thing happened right around the time that all this stuff was going down for Harry with the, the whole visions of the Department of Mysteries and all that stuff that was going on. Like, it was, and then the whole, being scapegoated by Umbridge. That was literally the worst time in his life for him to pursue a relationship.
What was I thinking? I should have known a pretty little Breton lady wasn't interested in me. It was just that we had so much in common. She was quiet, age. It was all a lie. Now I'll be kicked out of the guild.
What happened?
Lady Edwidge, most beautiful woman I ever saw. I met her last night near the Mages Guild in Hollandstand. We talked, shared a jug of Zed's tears. I thought she liked me. She asked to borrow a book from the guild, and like a fool, I got it for her.
What book did she want?
Vindication for the Dragon Break. Seemed innocent enough, but as soon as she got it, she called me a beefwit and walked away laughing. I guess I am a beefwit. If I don't get that book back, I'll be kicked out of the guild. Would you help me?
I see Sam is back. Sure, where did she take the book?
She brought the book here. I followed, but it's a witch's coven. Dozens of them. Trying to use the book for some evil ritual. I'm just a novice. I should return to the guild hall in Hollandstand. If I'm not here when you return, meet me there.
Any idea what the witch's ritual's for?
Maybe something to do with turning back time? Edwidge mentioned something like that. But that's just a guess. I caught a glimpse of them chanting in there. Didn't seem to work. Edwidge was cursing like crazy. Guess being nice was just an act.
What do you know about the Dragon Break?
Only what we learned studying the history of magic. It was a catastrophic experiment conducted by members of the Alessian Order. They were trying to remove the elven aspects from Akatosh. They wound up tearing the fabric of time. Something.
Of course they did, because that's what a Dragon Break does. You're in the Mages Guild?
I am. You are too, aren't you? Look, I know how bad this looks, but it's teaching me a valuable lesson. If you can help me get the book back, nothing like this will ever happen again. No reason the Magister needs to know about this, right?
I mean, yeah, I've got a whole 5 viewers. I don't get a lot of viewers, but I do get persistent viewers, so. Oh, now we're up to 6. Disloyal noble. Yeah, I've actually met most of the criteria for. What's it called? Affiliateship. The only thing I'm missing is the number of followers. I have to get. I have to have, I think, 20 or 30 followers in order to get affiliate. But I met all the other requirements. So. That's, yeah, that's having 5 mates in your room. I have 13 followers at the moment.
Split up.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, sometimes, like, there are only certain games, like, I don't like to play games that are really that have like really challenging puzzles and stuff, like or like time attack games where you have a certain amount of time to do X number of things in. I don't like doing those either. I'm not a big fan of stealth games either, to be honest. We have to stop the Dragon Break. Alright, I got Vindication for the Dragon Break, and where's that Sky Shard? Well, let me go free the priest, or the oracle first. Wow, this prologue quest is taking longer than I thought it would. Yeah, I can't blame you for that either. I'm not a big fan like Call of Duty. Now, I like shooters with a good story, like Fallout. Fallout is a shooter with a good story, so I do enjoy a good Fallout game. But I used to hate shooting in Fallout. I used to always play melee or unarmed characters, so I could enjoy the story without having to worry about the guns and stuff. But I've gotten a lot better at the gunplay over the years, so. Open the Pocket Realm of Oblivion. Free Kansan.
By Azura's grace, this one is free. Thank you.
You are welcome, my friend.
This one gazed into the void and saw a terrible vision walker. A great beast with 3 heads upon a single neck. Kanzin must know more. You will find this one at Pariah Abbey, yes? Please, hurry.
I'm headed back there immediately. Yes, it's Harry Potter Hogwarts Mysteries or something like that. I am so looking forward to it. It's supposed to be like an open world exploration Harry Potter game. I'm really excited to see how that works. I'm trying to avoid too much information about it because I'm worried that I'll get, I'm going to have to go back and turn in that quest eventually. Oh well. We'll go do that before this is done. Oh no, that's the mobile game. What's the name of the new game that's coming out to the PS to the next gen consoles? It's Harry Potter and something. Yeah, I know. We shall talk to Azura.
The flock returns to the shepherd. You have earned my favor, mortal, but the task is not yet finished.
Right, Harry Potter Legacy.
These craven fools that have cost my children must suffer. I trust that Rhea's visions revealed their location.
Rhea saw a swampy ruin tucked beneath a lizard's head.
Such a place exists in Shadowfen, west of an encampment called Hayhalai. Look for a great serpent's head carved out of stone. Our enemies lurk in the caves beneath it. Go there and slaughter these beasts. My oracles will join you soon.
Can you tell me more about the compact you made? Oh, no, we already asked that. I am heading out to fulfill your will, Azura. I should probably go turn in that quest real quick to get it out of my quest log. Well, let me see how big the quest log is. No, it's fine. We'll eventually go back there and turn that in. I'm not in any rush to do that. I kind of want to continue on with this today. There's Hey still following me around. I'm really looking forward to the game. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid the hype train because I don't want to get disappointed. And a lot of people are worried that the hype train is going to ruin this game because of it's ruined quite a few games recently. All right, where are we going in Shadowfen? Oh, here. So the best place I can go is Stormhold. Okay, hey, I'll be right back. I have to walk downstairs for a second. Okay, I am back. My brother just dropped off my late Christmas presents, which is The Greatest Showman, and which is a DVD, and the complete Galar Pokédex. So I now have the complete Galar Pokédex guide. So. Yeah, but he couldn't stay long, so he just came to drop them off real quick. He's on his way home to, as he put it, sit by the kerosene heater and drink beer. So that's his Sunday. Hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, we are almost to the anointed location. There it is, the lizard's head. So we got a journal.
You found it. This is definitely the place from my vision. What did you find there? A journal? Seems this Tommy Bones fellow was duped by a Daedra named Desera. I've seen her before, lurking in the shadows of my visions, just out of focus. She must have put a hex on these gifts. Cursed treasures, the bane of all thieves.
So what now?
Desera must lead this wretched band of conspirators. The abductions, the void keys, the dead bandits, all her design. We know who she is. Now it's just a matter of finding her. Perhaps we can bait her. Reacquiring these gifts might do the trick.
How would that work?
Tamriel doesn't suffer curses like this for long. Daedric hexes are too unstable. Nirn rejects them. Putting all three items in one place will shake the veil like moths in a spider web. With any luck, Desera will come to investigate.
Alright, I'll gather these cursed items. What will you do in the meantime?
Kanzan, Musha, and I will gather here to prepare a gazing rite, a collaborative vision. If you manage to lure Desera out, we might catch a glimpse of what or who is driving her.
Very well, let's move. Cold Blood Cavern. Oh no, it's Chlamydicus Vial. Which Daedric cult built these long-lost catacombs? It wasn't worshippers of any of the four princes of the House of Troubles. The clues to this secret are found deep within. Chlamydicus Vial. I mean, I would never call you a nerd. I'm a nerd. Come on, servants of Vile. Alright, we got the Shadow Kel. Whoa. Oh, that's good. She's getting better at doing the potty training. Oh well, that looks painful.
These pitiful creatures should never need some more wretches. I smell a law.
You face the battle lizard. Yeah, you're that's definite progress.
Bite off nose! Bite off nose!
Then again, Bella's a pretty smart child. I mean, that song you showed me with the duckies, she's already counting while staring at the child, so the child doesn't get jinxed. Knock on wood while staring at the child. Yeah, I couldn't get over how absolutely adorable the ducky song was. 5 little duckies went out to play over the hills and far away. And the mother duck says quack, 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 and 4 the little duckies came back, or something like that. It's been a couple weeks since you sent me the video.
Gathering up my gifts for me. Come along, beautiful. I want to repay you. Personally.
Well, I've got a gift for you as well. It's called lightning.
Don't hold back, lover.
Nice.
More, oh yes.
Before she's bored and distracted.
Ooh, aren't you a lovely one? I can't wait to hear you scream.
Farewell, Daedra.
is deep beyond the twilight and perceived.
I see an island, a mountain of rage and
A
ashes.
great heart, pushing fire as blood. A source of power, cloaked in secrets.
A city of oil and bronze. A shrine to vanity, driven by clockworks. There's more. A gathering of princes. 3 faces shrouded. All of Nirn drown in blood. Enough! Enough!
Rhea. Oh, Azura's controlling her.
Rejoice, champion. You speak now to Azura, Queen of Dusk and Dawn.
What have you done to Rhea?
I glorify her body and make a vessel of her mind. Do not trouble yourself. She will return in time. Your true concern is these visions. My oracles perceive a holocaust, child. A Daedric storm the likes of which your mortal world has never seen.
What should we do?
We wait and listen. Patience. A difficult concept for mortals, I know. Such short, beautiful, brutish lives you lead. For now, Dizera lies dead and my oracles breathe free air. That should be enough for you.
So you can't tell me any more about Rhea's vision or the Daedric storm?
Rhea sees but a sliver of what's to come. Even now, princes unbound by Sothasil's compact move against Nirn. I retire to Moonshadow to prepare. We'll meet again soon, in a distant land. Perhaps sooner than you'd like. Until then, walk in twilight.
What was that?
Explore Vivec City and meet Lord Vivec of the Tribunal. We shall travel to Vardenfell. Is there a... No, there's not a ship here that I can catch to Vardenfell. Is there one in the East March? Yeah, there's a... No, that's not right either. Well, let's just go... Oh, you know what? I bought this apartment. I may as well use it, so... But wow, 60 is really high for... Vardenfell. Surrounded by the inner sea, the sprawling volcanic island of Vardenfell dominates northern Morrowind. The ominous, ever-smoldering peak of Red Mountain looms over this strange land. Oh. I actually have been rolling wrong for the Bretons. The Bretons should live to be 150. So I should really fix how I'm rolling that for the family tree. Welcome to Vardenfell. Oh, I love it. Vivec City, Upper Canton. Vivec City discovered. Adventurers wanted. That's for daily quest. We're not going to worry about that just yet. Let's try to carefully jump down. There we go. Vivec Temple Way Shrine discovered. Now, what am I supposed to do? I'm looking for something in particular. Oh wait, I have to go up here. Yeah, that's right. Let's go to the Way Shrine. So Vardenfell first appeared in the Elder Scrolls Online 3 Morrowind. It was the main area that you played in Morrowind. This little town here is actually where you start the game of Morrowind at Sedea Neen. It's different because this is like 2,000 years. This is like 1,000 years in the past, but Canon Vasola.
Forgive me, Outlander, but I have enough to deal with. I'm just a simple tribunal priest, and the trouble at the ancestral tomb was too much for even our buoyant armiger to deal with. I have failed Lord Vivec, and left a colleague alone at the tomb.
What happened at the ancestral tomb?
Lord Vivec sent the three of us to seek guidance at the Undreno ancestral tomb. We were attacked when we got there, and our guard was seriously hurt. I barely got her to safety, but we failed to complete the mission Lord Vivec bestowed upon us.
3 of you. You mentioned another priest?
Canon Levoul. He remained behind after we retreated from the tomb. I know he wants to get back inside and ask Lord Vivec's questions, but there's no way he can get past the Daedra or ask the questions on his own. May the three grant him wisdom.
I can go to the tomb and help Canon Leville. I don't know how to say that.
Jonathan, what's wrong? Someone help!
Azura.
The 3. First a wounded armiger, now this.
By dawn and dusk, evil creeps through the shadows of my beloved Vardenfell. But an outlander arrives to aid my people, just as I have foreseen.
Those words, what do they mean?
What happened?
Merciful Azura, the Mother Soul spoke through you. It's a miracle.
Lord Vivec, protect me. That was Azura, the Queen of the Night Sky. And you, she spoke directly to you, Outlander. I'm surprised the Daedric Prince would risk Lord Vivec's wrath to proclaim a prophecy. But she did say you were here to aid us.
What just happened here?
The Daedric Prince Azura possessed that woman and spoke through her. I've heard of such occurrences, of course, but to witness such an event... She said evil creeps through the land. I wonder if it has anything to do with what we saw at the tomb.
Tell me more about your mission at the tomb.
We sought guidance in a matter that concerns Lord Vivec. I received specific questions to ask while Levoul concentrated on summoning his ancestor. The Daedra ruined those plans when they fell upon Urtzi, and we were forced to flee.
Daedra?
Vile creatures from oblivion. You hear about an odd ghost or a nest of vampires, but never Daedra. Please, if they're still there, they'll rip Canon Levoul apart. He's definitely not a warrior. Just look at what they did to the buoyant armiger.
What's a buoyant armiger?
The buoyant armigers comprise one of the military orders of the Tribunal Temple. They seek to emulate Lord Vivec's deeds through actions and words. Poor Urtzi. Those monsters went straight for her. Her blood flowed like lava from Red Mountain.
Louvol? Red Mountain?
Where are you from? Children learn of Red Mountain before they even taste Flynn. The mountain sits at the center of Vardenfell, periodically rumbling like a sleeping Nyx shaking its leg. Lately, however, it seems to be waking from its long slumber.
Tell me more about Azura.
Azura is the cruel but wise Daedric Prince of Dawn and Dusk. She's one of the good Daedra, for what that's worth. But for her to speak through an innocent means something terrible is about to happen. Why else would she dare Lord Vivek's wrath?
Lord Vivek and Azura don't get along?
What do they teach you where you come from? Lord Vivek's a living god! Azura is merely the anticipation of Sothasil. Vivek stands as the present and the future, while Azura clearly represents Vardenfell's past. So no, they don't get along.
Who's Lord Vivek?
You don't know Lord Vivek, one of the living gods of the Dunmer Tribunal. You must be new to our land, Outlander. But there's no time. Canon Levoul remain behind. He needs help if he's going to get inside the tomb and ask Vivek's questions.
Vivek's a living god?
Yes, one of the god monarchs of Morrowind. He's the warrior poet who lives in a grand palace in Vivek City. Lord Vivek sent us on this holy mission to request information from Canon Levoul's ancestor. It breaks my heart that I have failed him.
Don't worry, I shall take up the mission. But first, there's something else that needs to be done. Since we're here, we may as well do the quest for this area first. Sedea Neen.
Watch yours.
Sedea, or not, no, sorry. I really have no idea how to pronounce her name.
By order of the Deputy Governor of Sedanine, which happens to be me, the lighthouse is closed until further notice. On the other hand, I seek an outlander who's willing to do a little work.
What kind of work are you talking about?
I need someone without ties to the area to look into a matter for me. It seems the lighthouse is broken into. The flame was extinguished. As a result, a ship crashed along the shore. There were fewer bodies than expected, both living and dead.
You want me to figure out who put out the flame?
I suspect slavers were involved, which means they had help.
Joe, can you remove the bot, please?
Found that unacceptable. Discover who doused the lamp fire. They'll lead us to the slavers. Question Downs, who was on duty that night. He's in the lighthouse.
I'll talk to the lighthouse guard.
I need to check in with the overseer. His workers are searching the wreckage, and I want to know what they've uncovered.
Did you find any survivors in the crash?
By the time we were alerted and had organized a response, precious moments had been lost. We rescued a few, but mostly we found those who had drowned or were crushed on the rocks. Even so, it was nowhere near the numbers a ship like that carries.
Is there anything I should know about the ship that crashed?
It was just a typical sailing ship from the mainland. I suppose it carried the usual complement of cargo and travelers eager to reach our verdant shores. I don't believe that such a vessel would make the trip without filling its holds. Damn slavers.
Why do you suspect slavers?
Ever since our agreement with the Pact went into effect, slavery has been outlawed throughout most of Morrowind. But all we did was drive the slavers into the shadows.
Thank you, Joe.
This whole stinking event has their bloody fingerprints all over it.
So slavery is illegal here?
Here, and in all of the territories controlled by the great houses that support the Ebonheart Pact. If you stray into Telvanni or Dres territory, though, the practice remains strong and vibrant. Hence my current troubles.
Tell me about Sedanine.
We're just a small outpost along the Bitter Coast, but I like to think of us as the gateway to Vardenfell. From here, Vivek City and the other inland locations are easily accessible. Governor O'Melian is in charge, although I contribute as necessary.
Alright, let's talk to the lighthouse guard.
Halt! No one's allowed up here.
Deputy Governor Selva asked me to look into the shipwreck.
She asked you to... an outlander? Isn't it enough she stuck me up here to guard the flame indefinitely, but now she's looking for help outside the house guard? What else can I expect after what happened the other night?
Tell me about what happened.
Finland sent a barrel of his finest ale for Watch Captain Beth's birthday. Powerful stuff. One cup and we could barely keep our eyes open. The entire regiment was not on its collective arse. When I came to my senses, I saw that the fire had gone out.
So you don't know who put out the flame?
Look, once I heard the crash along the shore, it was all I could do to get moving and raise the alarm. Cherish's water loves to loiter near the lighthouse. Maybe she noticed something. If you're intent on doing your job, you should talk to her.
Yeah, but I'm not the mother of dragons. I'm the mother of I'm the father of lizards instead. You're a lizard, Harry. Hello, Cherish's Water, my sister Argonian. How are you?
Do you mind? Your dirty foot coverings are contaminating my pond.
Were you here the night of the shipwreck? Did you see anyone near the lighthouse that night?
So direct you are. Makes my tongue wither and the answers dry up in my mouth. Go and bother someone else with your parching questions.
Okay, so should we say, are you looking for gold to answer my questions, or should we intimidate her and say the deputy governor can ask you instead? Give it a minute for votes in the chat. Yes. I got plenty of gold. That's not going to be a problem. It's probably only going to ask for 69 gold or 300 gold. I got plenty of gold on me, so that's not a problem. So we're going to go for the... I got one for the gold. Give it another few seconds. If we don't get any other votes, we'll go with the gold option. She is a fellow Argonian, so I would be more inclined to bribe her than threaten her. Don't choke. You're fine. Just I wasn't expecting to see you call Belle a dragon. It made me laugh. Okay, so are you looking for gold to answer my questions?
Now you insult me? I'll have you know I can take care of myself. Since you mentioned it, I've noticed that my favorite pond has become somewhat stagnant. I bet if we had some Findon special blend, my throat would moisten right back up.
Findle special blend?
Findon collects it from a secret location where the sea meets the swamp in perfect harmony. Contains just enough salt to nourish my scales without drying them. You can buy it from him or fill a bucket yourself. Then we can talk.
Fine, I'll get you a bucket of Findle special blend.
Mindrez won't shut up about you.
I only recently arrived and I'm still getting used to this strange land. Did you know they mine insect eggs for food here? Or what about those murderers that get to kill people just so long as they have an official piece of paper? It's crazy.
Yep, those are the Morag Tong. There we go. So it's only 30 gold, so that's not bad at all.
Is that for Cherish's water? Poor dear. Her scales are very sensitive, you know.
Ah, that feels much better. Now that's the proper way to ask a question. As a matter of fact, I did notice someone near the lighthouse that night.
Who did you see near the lighthouse that night?
You keep asking the wrong question. I did not see anyone that night. I felt them. They made ripples in the water. I felt them stuck by the tree that overlooks my pond. Then they moved off towards the lighthouse. Look to the tree, moist one.
And you never bothered to check out the tree?
I prefer my waters to remain still, calm. Prying causes ripples, and ripples lead to more dry questions.
Yep, that's about as good as we're going to get out of a fellow Argonian. My golden child, your shrouding of the light proved a great boon to our holy plans. We lead the pirate ship onto the rocks and freed those unjustly imprisoned. The drug guards slept through it all just as we ordained. Do not be concerned over the loss of life. The innocent survived and the wicked perished. Look upon your just reward included with this message and be at peace. You shall know us by this phrase. The ending of the words is ALM SIVI. Almalexia Sotasil and Vivek. Ask town folk about ALMSIVIC. I'll answer your questions. Bring cheese too, yes, because cheese is apparently the ultimate aphrodisiac in Elder Scrolls. Chow chow.
House Redoran controls the west, and House Telvanni holds sway over the east. Me, I'm the master of this cooking pot. Oh, what a sorry life this is.
I'm sorry, my friend. The ending of the words is ALMSIVI.
That's something to do with the tribunal, isn't it? I'm sorry, but I really try not to pay too much attention to the Dark Elves and their strange religion.
I mean, that's fair. See, one thing I wish is like they would, because that marker will come back, and I really regret that. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Is this it?
Buy and sell here and now.
No, this isn't it. That's okay. I'm still gonna ask her.
If you're traveling north and west, watch out for Ashlanders. House Redoran says they're savages. North and east, that's House Telvanni territory. They're crazy old wizards, the lot of them. And slavers to boot. Either way you go, watch yourself.
The ending of the words ALMSIVI.
That's a good one. That tribunal nonsense is almost as funny as some of the things I heard in Rothgar. Say, if you want to get together later, I know a couple of body stories that I'd love to share.
Maybe over cheese.
Well.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember where I'm supposed to go. Oh, here it is.
Welcome to our shop. Feel free to look around.
The ending of the words is ALMSIVI.
Keep it down. We don't want to attract undue attention. But what happened? I thought I was supposed to go to the drop. You didn't come all this way just to give me my reward, did you?
I have your reward.
Already? Let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. I love working for the tribunal. It's so much better than trying to earn a living as a thief in Vivek City. But where's your helmet? I've never seen an Ordinator out of uniform before.
An Ordinator had you sabotage the lighthouse? Have you ever seen an Ordinator that's an Argonian too? Because I'm not a Dark Elf.
Oh, right. We're not supposed to talk about Ordinators in the tribunal in such a public place. But it feels good to be doing holy work for a change. And such a simple task, snuffing out the lighthouse flame. I mean, CV is the ending of words.
One more thing, how'd you get past the guards?
Oh, that is easy. I put a sleeping draught in the ale they ordered for Watch Captain Beth's birthday. The guards were unconscious within the hour. I hope I can be of service again. Fourth Tribunal.
ALMSIVI is the ending of the words.
Unfortunately, the wreck of the vessel provided no additional clues. Were you able to discover anything during your investigation?
Maurice Rotherano says the tribunal hired her to extinguish the lighthouse lamp.
The young woman who works with the grocer. I doubt the tribunal would ask her to do something so reckless. Do you have any proof other than her word?
I found this note in a hollow tree along with a ruby that was her payment.
This is disturbing. This parchment feels just like the sheets that Governor O'Melian's special orders from High Rock. I'm going to need you to acquire another sample from the governor's office. It's the only way to be certain.
Can't you ask the governor to give you a few sheets?
Not if I don't want him to know I suspect that he's working with the slavers, or the tribunal, though I still consider that to be some sort of fabrication. No, if I alert him too soon, he'll just cover his tracks.
So you want me to steal paper from the governor's office?
Not the office. He keeps it in his private quarters, accessed through the guardhouse. But I'd never suggest that you sneak into his quarters and steal a blank sheet of his special parchment. That would be against the law. Do you understand?
I understand. I'll get another sheet of parchment from the governor's private chambers. Alright, so we have two choices. We can either steal the parchment ourselves, or we can ask Maurice, who is an expert thief, to do it for us. I'm going to wait for some votes in the chat. Oh no! No, 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 no! Honored leader of the Nord Culture Exchange, it is I, Rigert the Brash, writing to you in Windhelm as you requested. I'm continuing my study and exchange of information with the little dark elves of Morrowind as you ordered. Why you sent Rigert away after he only just arrived, I don't completely understand, but I suppose my mission is very important. As I set foot, well, both feet really, into Vardenfell, the thought of this mission makes Rigert so excited. Trading culture with allied nations so that we can learn more about each other is better than cold meat on a hot day, almost. This time I travel to learn more about the tribunal, the so-called living gods of the dark elf people. The wonderment of it all gives Rigert the skin bumps. Now, unlike our good and proper gods of Skyrim, gods who listen to our prayers but have the good graces to stay out of Nord business, the Dark Elf gods actually walk among the people and rule over them the way the Skald King parades around Windhelm. No offense, Skald King. No, ESO is not cross-platform, unfortunately. No offense, Skald King. The god kings of Morrowind seem to answer to various titles, although the most common applications appear to be Lord, Mother, and Wizard. Rigert spent many long hours attempting to converse with the knowledgeable little dark elves, but much of what they told me just makes my head go spinny spin. Here's what I learned about the tribunal gods. Maybe you could make better sense of it all. This is a really long... this is too long for me to read all on the stream. Oh my god, Rigert, what in the world? But no, so we have two choices. We can either steal the parchment ourselves, or we can ask Maurice to steal the parchment for us. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to vote in the chat. If not, I will randomly decide which one we're going to do. Honestly, I don't like my chances to actually steal the parchment, but you know what? I said that with the, in Rothgar, and everything worked out. So I'll give you guys a moment to look into that while I'm just quickly going through my stuff and seeing if I have any counterfeit pardon edicts. I do. Okay. I should probably get some more out of the bank. No, there's no downside to having her do it. I've had her do it twice on two different characters and nothing bad happened, so. Get the pro to do it. Gotcha.
What is it?
Maurice.
Ah, our special customer. Is there something I can do for you?
The ending of the words is ALMSIVI. We have another task for you.
And unsheathing is the ending of words. I'm yours to command.
We need you to sneak into the governor's private quarters and acquire a blank sheet of parchment.
That's an odd request. But who am I to question the tribunal? I can reach the governor's quarters through the guardhouse, but I'll need someone to distract the guards.
I can provide a distraction.
Go and cause a distraction, and I'll get you a sheet of parchment. I'll meet you by the tree next to the lighthouse docks when I've accomplished the task.
Very well.
cause trouble. The deputy governor's errand runner. Now what?
Sergeant, I have a few more questions if you have the time.
And what does the deputy governor want to blame me for this time?
She'd like to know why you left your post at the lighthouse.
The governor needed me here. Remind Salvi that he's still in charge here, and he trusts me. She should consider that as she conducts this next hunt of hers.
I'll make sure to let her know.
You do that. Now move along before I arrest you for loitering and bothering a house guard.
Wow, he's really rude. Just a spare bit of parchment.
Unsee is the ending of words. I forgot how much I enjoyed thieving arts. Sneaking into the governor's private quarters brought back fond memories.
And the ending of the words is ALMSIVI. Did you acquire a sheet of parchment?
Not only did I get a sheet of the government's fancy parchment, I saw an unfinished report that seemed important. It proclaimed that there wasn't any slaver activity at Firemouth Island and the patrols were better off moving farther up the coast.
I think things are going to get messy. You should get out of town.
Leave Vardenfell? If you think that's for the best. Let's see. I know, I'll go to Mournhold. I've always wanted to see the Tribunal Temple. What an excellent idea. Unsee is the ending of words.
And the ending of words is I'll see me. Babylonian Amazonas. That's a cool name. I'm gonna do something real quick. Hold on one second. This is a little bit self-serving, but I need to.
Back again? So tell me, you didn't do anything unlawful now, did you?
Here's the parchment. Also, there was a report that Firemouth Island was free of slaver activity.
That's odd. We haven't done a search of Firemouth Island since Governor O'Melian declared that the House Guard was better used patrolling farther up the coast. And these parchment sheets definitely match. This is very disturbing.
You think the governor is working with the slavers?
What I think doesn't matter. We need evidence. But we also need to launch a rescue. Slavery is illegal in Pact territory. It's time to visit Firemouth Island. Hopefully, somewhere along the way, we'll find more proof of Governor O'Melian's ties to all of this.
Let's go to Firemouth Island.
Attack before the soldiers have been assembled? That's not a prudent course of action. We need to muster our forces, make plans and contingencies, unlock the armory. What was that?
A light flared and illuminated the lighthouse.
That's a distress signal, and it came from Firemouth Island. No time to prepare. We have to rescue the slavers' prisoners.
Call out your soldiers. I'll take this ship and head to the island.
Soldiers, to the ships! We sail for Firemouth Island!
Well, let's free some slaves, guys. With the lizard as your captain. So, there's actually a, if you have the Morrowind DLC downloaded and you don't have the, and you don't have any of the other chapters, you actually start out as a slave on a slave ship, and Narujo actually helps you escape the slavery. Greetings and salutations, and thank you for choosing Doom. If you practice slavery, I'll kill you.
I can't believe it.
If you can read this, make sure the rest of the crew hears this and understands. There's a Morag Tong writ with my name on it. I suspect our confident in Satan Neen's feet have grown cold. Confederate in Satan Neen's feet have grown cold. Well, we'll deal with Governor O'Malian and his treachery soon enough. And if I'm wrong about the governor, if instead one of you hopes to advance your station by having me assassinated, then come and face me. The crew deserves an honorable leader, not backstabbing scum. Captain Skadstar. I'm not sure how to say that. But yeah, Naru has a writ on him, so. That's why you're seeing level 2 characters running around. This is the island where that starter quest happens on. And normally you would free these prisoners as part of that starting quest. And because this part of the quest is skipped if you do Satan Neen, and you already did this part, this part of the quest would be skipped. So, are you a Breton or a Nord? I can't. Definitely a Breton, I think. Attack from the water.
I owe you one.
It's unfortunate that I can't kill the captain, but that's not what this quest is about. Boat to Satan Neen.
My associate will be here soon. Patience, Governor. I informed the Governor that the captives we rescued from Firemoth Island are safe and sound. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I found this note on the island.
This note, along with the other evidence you uncovered, clearly implicates the Governor as working with the slavers. Well done. You have provided a great service to Satan Neen. I'll take it from here.
Well, I suppose we're done here. I have a silt strider waiting.
No. Governor O'Malian, I am placing you under arrest for promoting slavery in Pact territory.
How dare you accuse me of such a thing? You have no proof.
A note on your parchment, which led to the sabotage of the lighthouse and a shipwreck off our coast. A letter naming you as the slaver captain's partner. Do you deny your involvement?
That proves nothing. I'll have you hanged for this.
The documents you requested, Deputy Governor.
And your report to Vivek City claiming Firemoth Island to be free of slaver activity, written before we eradicated the slaver base.
Talos, you can't believe these blatant lies about me.
My duty is clear. Traitor.
Secure him!
Yes, Governor Salvi.
Ah, justice. You're the one who's going to hang for your crimes.
I hope to bring honor back to the station of Governor, and shall do my best to restore the people's faith in us. Thank you again for your part in all of this.
Goodbye. Alright. Let us head to the Ancestral Tomb next. Well, that was a nice little side quest.
Those monsters, it's too dangerous. What am I going to do?
I'm here.
Did Canon Valasar send you? Oh, she did, didn't she? That means she made it to Saint Denis. Vivek be praised. Will you help me complete my mission? It would be sacrilege if I don't enter my family's tomb and make Lord Vivek's name.
Ow! What in the world? Dude! That's not cool! That's not...
Did Canon Valasar send you? Oh, she did, didn't she? That means she made it to Saint Denis. Vivek be praised. Will you help me complete my mission? It would be sacrilege if I don't enter my family's tomb and make Lord Vivek's inquiries.
I'll help you enter the tomb and ask your questions.
As the saints declare, the tribunal always provides. We'll need to be cautious, however. Daedra invaded the tomb. Makes it hard to talk to one's ancestors while monsters try to eat you. I'll also need your help when we reach the summoning chamber.
What kind of help?
Take this scroll with Lord Vivek's inquiries, while I summon forth my ancestor spirit and concentrate on maintaining the connection. You must ask the questions. He insists we use the exact phrasing. We can go inside when you're ready.
I'd like to ask a few questions before we enter the tomb.
I've already lost precious time due to the buoyant armager's wounds, but I suppose a few more moments won't make the volcano erupt or the moonlit fall from the sky or anything. What else can I tell you, my friend?
Why does Lord Vivek want to contact your ancestor?
I'm not quite sure, and it wasn't my place to ask. When your living god gives you a task, you say, "Yes, my lord." The questions seem to involve the time before the tribunal, which I assume is why we must ask him of my long-dead ancestor.
Tell me about your ancestor.
Few of my contemporaries can boast of a luminary such as Farina Andrino occupying a prime branch upon their family tree. Lady Farina studied at the feet of Sothasil and was counted among his companions before the tribunal rose to power.
Who's Sothasil?
Who's Sothasil? It's like asking who are Vivek and Almalexia. They are the tribunal, the living gods of the Dunmer. Sothasil is the architect of time and the binder of oblivion. If you want to know more, we can talk after we've finished.
Sounds like he's trying to claim that he's Akatosh. Tell me about the creatures in the tomb.
Well, I can tell you why they weren't here the last time I paid my respects. Canon Valasar thinks they're some kind of Daedra, determined to keep us from fulfilling Lord Vivek's will. Until you showed up, I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
I'm ready. Let's enter the tomb.
Before we go in there and face those monsters, I want you to know how much I appreciate your aid in this matter. Don't lose the scroll that contains Lord Vivek's questions. Now come, let's call forth my ancestor. I'll open the tomb door.
Lead the way.
Follow me, but keep an eye out for those Daedra. Careful. Creatures attacked as soon as we entered the Hall of Remembrance.
Trick worked!
It's bitten by a radioactive lizard. Careful, I'll turn you into Lizard Man.
This used to be such a peaceful place. I came here as a young acolyte.
Oh great, Calamith Vile's minions are in here. Hold on. If we're fighting Daedra, I'm putting on my Daedra fighting staff. Which is a good thing too, because this one just ran out of power. Come on, switch my stats when I tell you to switch stats, please.
We're nearly there. Then we can summon my ancestor. The summoning chamber. I'll call forth my ancestor, then you can ask Vivek's questions.
Alright, I'm ready.
Hasn't my rest been disturbed enough by those filthy Daedra? Why do you summon me, descendant?
My Lord Vivek has inquiries that only you can answer, my lady. My companion will present them with your permission.
The warrior poet? Very well. Ask Vivek's questions. Ask the warrior poet's questions, Outlander.
Lord Vivek asks, the heart of the world, key to the ascension, should I be filled with apprehension?
Ah, Lord Vivek always had a way with words. Tell him to rest assured. The heart remains safe. I wonder why that concerns him. Ask the remaining questions as my time here is short.
Lord Vivek asks, has the enemy of old returned, so devious and bold?
An enemy of old, yes. But not the one that Vivek presumes.
Lord Vivek asks, did Soth the Seal in his unending crusade know our divinity would shrivel and fade?
Soth the Seal imagined multiple scenarios and contemplated endless solutions. He even experimented with his divinity, drawing energy to study before returning it. Loss will come, he foresaw, but not until the collapse of the temple. Now, back to sea.
Enjoy your rest.
I hope that's what Lord Vivek needed. Let's talk outside.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Fool? That's all wretch.
Everyone look at me!
Thank you for helping me complete my task. Now, I need to return to Vivek City. Have you been there? It's amazing. Ziggurats rising out of the water, the moonlit hanging in the sky above. Hey, you should meet me there so I can introduce you to Lord Vivek.
Did you understand what your ancestor told us?
Just between us, I understood neither the questions asked nor the answers received. Not that I expected you. Some things aren't meant for mortal minds. That's another reason for you to come to Vivek City, to help me explain what my ancestors said.
I can help recount what happened here.
Excellent. I just need to make a quick stop in Seydanin to check on my original traveling companions. When you get to Vivek City, head right to the palace and I'll meet you there. I know that Lord Vivek will want to reward you for assisting me.
I'll meet you in Vivek City.
I'll be along shortly. When you get to Vivek City, head directly for Lord Vivek's palace. Once there, I'll make introductions and we can tell the warrior poet everything we've learned.
You said I could ask more about the tribunal after we finished your mission?
Of course. As I said, the tribunal consists of our three living gods, Vivek, Almalexia, and Soth the Seal.
They lead us in spiritual matters and rule over Dunmer society as god monarchs of the Dark Elves. I serve Vivek, but honor the entire tribunal.
Do all Dark Elves follow the tribunal?
Unfortunately, no. The Dunmer houses bow to the tribunal, but the savage Ashlanders refuse to acknowledge their divinity. The heretics never allowed themselves to be assimilated into the great houses. Instead, they hold to primitive superstitions.
Yeah, the Daedra. Alright, we're on our way to Vivek City. Ow! Here we are at Vivek City, 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 city. Not really interested in that right this moment. Got the Vivek City Way Shrine. A really quick task I need to do in the Library of Vivek.
Into the Library of Vivek, and be welcome. If you seek knowledge, well, have you come to see our wonder in miniature? Our magnificent tribute to Morrowind? Alas, the work is not yet complete, and, truth be told, there is more to our miniature Vardenfell than simply a representation of our land at a reduced scale.
You're building a model of Vardenfell?
Indeed. And once complete, it will point us to the location of the lost Library of Andor, the secret repository of the knowledge of the great houses. I just need someone to help me handle the legwork, as it were.
What kind of help do you need?
Well, that's the rub. Literally. The ancient families of Vardenfell hid the location of the library and then placed clues to find it at their ancestral tombs. I need someone to take rubbings of these clues. Will you help me solve this mystery?
Alright, I'll go and take a rubbing.
Excellent. Let's start with a simple one. Head north of Vivek and travel to the Orthrellis ancestral tomb. Look for a stone plaque near the tomb and take a rubbing of the words inscribed upon it. Return to me with the rubbing and, well, you'll see.
Tell me about the ancestral tombs.
Every important family owns at least one tomb. Of course, I'm most interested in those that predate the rise of the great houses. Specifically, we're hoping to recover records presumed lost during the War of the First Council.
What kind of records?
Oh, genealogical records related to the earliest Velothi settlers. It could improve our understanding of the origins of the great houses 100-fold. And who knows what other lost knowledge waits within the library. It really is quite exciting.
Very well. We will get to that in just a minute, but first we're going to go present ourselves to Vivek. Alright, I am not running up those stairs. I refuse to run up those stairs. I will ride up the stairs.
Please, Vivek.
Vivek's palace. Talk to Vivek.
This is the person who helped me at the tomb, my lord.
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Oh hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of Lavul, and let us speak. Canon Level says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend. Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity and pose a simple question. Will you assist us further, Outlander?
What kind of help do you need, Lord Vivek?
I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh perspective. Will you set aside your personal goals for a time and become the eyes and ears of a god?
Of course, Lord Vivek, if I can provide a fresh perspective.
Good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the Ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery.
I don't think Archcanon Talvis wants my help.
The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in his office, and he'll tell you how to proceed.
When I first arrived, I saw a vision of Azura.
The Daedric Prince. I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain, strange Daedra, and then there's... well, we'll talk more about that when you return.
Was what the Ancestor said helpful?
Levul's ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require more information on these matters, hence the need for the divination ritual.
Alright. So I shall go talk to the Archcanon, who for some reason doesn't live in the palace with Vivek. And you think that somebody of such importance would be in the palace close at hand and not all the way frickin' down here, but... well, that's a... you a dark elf? I can't tell.
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you. But who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work. Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first?
Lord Vivek said he needed to perform a divination ritual.
Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself.
I'm listening.
Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the overseer that Lord Vivek requires the blessing stone. Then bring it to me in the palace.
I'll go to the unfinished ziggurat and get the blessing stone and meet you at Vivek's palace.
You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy archcanon of a living god or anything.
What's a blessing stone?
Ah, the ignorance of outlanders. How refreshing. The blessing stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual.
Can't Vivek perform the ritual without the blessing stone?
If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways.
It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy.
What does Lord Vivek hope to learn from the divination ritual?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance.
You mentioned Red Mountain and Daedra. Do you think there's a connection?
Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand.
Have I offended you in some manner?
Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
Yeah, he's a bit of a jerk. Alright, so we're going to go talk to the Overseer, but we're also going to get that rubbing while we're out, so, and then just take care of 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, we'll probably go, no, let's do the Overseer first, get the Blessing Stone, then we'll jump over and do the rubbing, and then we'll come back, turn in the rubbing, and then we will turn in the Blessing Stone.
I'm rather busy right now.
Are they dead? They weren't dead a second ago. Oh man, there's quite a few dead people here in the... I wonder if somebody went around murdering some people.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Mind me, I'm just having one of those days.
Lieutenant Tarvis sent me. I need to borrow your Blessing Stone.
Our Blessing Stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our Blessing Stone? Well, neither do I. But I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea.
Lord Vivek needs the Blessing Stone to perform a ritual.
Lord Vivek? Well, why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the Blessing Stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. You can clear the way. You can borrow the stone.
I'll clear the passage and free your workers on my way to retrieve the stone.
I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
There is a ditto among us. Excuse me.
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
I thought I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
Man, they didn't have a whole bunch of luck, did they? Ride forth, my Indrik. Now into the ocean. Swimming really fast because I am a lizard. I swim really quick. I can't run fast or very far, but I can swim really fast. Alright, got the rubbing. Whoops, almost forgot to stop by the library. There's a fungus among us.
I assume you found the tomb without too much trouble. Were you able to take the rubbing as I directed?
Here's the rubbing of the Orthodox ancestral tomb.
The model of Vardenfell progresses nicely, but we still have a long way to go to fill in all the notable landmarks and uncover the location of the lost library of Ondur.
What happens next?
This is perfect. Now, prepare yourself. What happens next will be simply amazing. Thanks to magic provided by Lord Vivek, I can use this rubbing to not only record the clue provided by the tomb, I can add a new section to our model of the land.
Alright, I'm ready. Well, look at that. Look at that, it's Vivek City. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually a place you can visit in Morrowind.
The model of Vardenfell progresses nicely, but we still have a long way to go to fill in all the notable landmarks and uncover the location of the lost library of Ondur.
How can I help you complete the rest of the model?
My research indicates that 30 of our most revered families each left a clue to the location of the library of Ondur. Find the remaining 29 tombs, take rubbings, and before long, our model will be complete and the location revealed.
So what we're going to do is, as we're traveling, I'm going to have a map opened of Vardenfell, and I'm going to find the locations as we travel. So I'll be going out of my way to acquire rubbings. I think it'll be a lot more efficient if I do it that way than try to do it all after the fact.
Praise Vivek.
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone?
I have the blessing stone.
Stand over there. In Canon Level's absence, you will form the third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the blessing stone, and we'll begin the ritual.
Very well. Performing the deviation.
Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Meanwhile, I shall talk to Vivek.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down.
Something went wrong during the ritual. Did you learn what had happened? What you had hoped?
We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped.
But there were images in the ritual.
Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god, an energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land.
I don't understand, Lord Vivek.
Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you. The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it.
You're losing divine energy? How is that possible?
To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levol's ancestor warned us about.
You think an enemy is responsible for your energy loss?
Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you and learn what you can.
I'll talk to Archcanon Tarvis.
My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated.
I'm not sure Archcanon Tarvis shares your assessment of me.
Yes. Well, Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness.
What do you mean your divine energy has diminished?
I've always used my power freely, without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me.
Do you think you're in danger?
I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. That would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes.
You suspect the affliction isn't natural?
At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the ancestor spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who before...
Before?
Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been.
What does the rest of the Tribunal think about all this?
They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity. But so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal...
What about Sotha Seal?
My brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
That would be bad. And that is where we're going to end off for today, guys. I want to thank you very much for watching, if you did. Come back next week as we continue the Vardenfell DLC, picking up with the second main quest and whatever quest we discover along the way. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.